Hello and welcome back. Evil Cray the DK here, and we're going to be discussing PvE blood tanking talents. First off, when you choose blood, you're going to get Heart Strike. It instantly strikes the target and up to 2 additional nearby enemies, causing 130% weapon damage plus 1065 on the primary target, which each additional enemy struck taking 25% less damage than the previous target. It's an important multi-threat target ability. You're going to gain Veteran of Third War, increase your total stamina by 9% and your expertise by 6. You're going to gain Blood Rights, and when you hit with Death Strike or Obliterate, your Frost and Unholy runes will become Death runes, and they count as Frost or Blood or Unholy rune. You're going to gain Vengeance. Each time you take damage, you gain 5% of the damage taken as attack power up to a maximum of 10% of your health. You're going to gain Mastery. Each time you heal yourself via Death Strike, you gain 91% or whatever percentage your Mastery is of the amount healed as a damage absorption shield. Each point of mastery increases the shield by an additional 6.25%. So when you choose that, you're going to get the first tier is going to open up. You do not need to put anything in Butchery. No one ever needs that talent ever. I don't even know why it's in there. You're going to put 3 in Blade Barrier, and per point it decreases the damage taken by 6% for the next 10 seconds. You're going to put 3 in Bladed Armor. Your attack power will increase by 6 for every 180 armor value you have. In the second tier, Hand of Doom. It is a PvP talent. You don't need that for PvE tanking. You're going to put 2 in Scarlet Fever. It is a demoralizing shout that warriors have. It gives your Blood Bowl a 100% chance to afflict enemies with Scarlet Fever, reducing their physical damage dealt by 10% for 30 seconds. You're going to put 2 in Sin of Blood. You have a 50% chance after dodging, parrying, and taking direct damage to gain the Sin of Blood, causing your next 2 melee hits to generate 10 runic power. You're going to put 2 in Improved Blood Tap. It reduces the cooldown of your Blood Tap ability by 30 seconds. You need to use that when you need snap aggro or heal yourself on whim. In the third tier, you're going to gain Abomination's Might and increase attack power by 5% of party raid members within 100 yards. Also increase your total strength by 1. I would recommend getting that if you do not have a Ret Paladin or Enhanced Shaman, and we do, so I'm not taking that talent. You're going to get 3 in Toughness, increase your armor value from items by 10%. You're going to put 1 in Bone Shield, no brainer. It will reduce the damage taken by 20% as long as you have 1 bone on you, and you would deal 2% more damage. It'll last 5 minutes or until the bones get absorbed. You're going to put you're not going to put anything in Blood Cake Blade because you will not be using diseases. It costs way too much runic power, too many runes, and if you are using them, you're not smart. In the fourth talent or tier, you're going to put 2 in Improved Blood Presence. No brainer. You will increase your rune generation by 20%, and 6% of melee attacks will be less likely to critically hit you while you're in Blood Presence, or if you're in Unholy and Frost Presence, you will have 4% damage reduction from Blood Presence. You'll put 2 in Blood Parasite, and your melee attacks have 10% chance to spawn a Bloodworm. The Bloodworm attacks your enemies, gorging itself with blood until it bursts to heal nearby enemies. They last up to 20 seconds. You're going to put 2 in Sanguine Fortitude. While active, your Icebound Fortitude reduces damage taken by an additional 30% from what it was, and costs no runic power to activate. You can do that on a whim like you see there. You're going to put, in the 5th tier, you're going to put 1 in Vampiric Blood. You're going to, I have it glyphed, but in unglyphed, it will temporarily grant the Death Knight, I believe it's 15% of maximum health, and increases the amount of health generated through spells and effects by 40% for 10 seconds. You're going to put 1 in Rune Tap. It converts 1 blood rune to 10% of your maximum health. That is an important survival tool, and you need it to get Will of Necropolis, which is the ardent defender of blood tanks. When a damaging attack brings you below 30% of your maximum health, you generate a blood rune, and the cooldown of your Rune Tap ability is refreshed, and all damage taken is reduced by 25% for 8 seconds. This effect cannot occur more than once every 45 seconds. That is an important ability. Please take 3. In the 6th tier, you're going to put 3 in Improved Death Strike. Increases damage and healing done by Death Strike by 45%. Increases the crit chance by 9%. You will be healing yourself a lot, so that is important. You're going to put 2 in Crimson Scourge, only if you're dungeon tanking. There is no need for it in a raid because you will not be taking very many mobs. It increases damage dealt by Blood Bowl by 40% when you Plague Strike and target that is already affected with Blood Plague. There is a 100% chance that your next Blood Bowl will consume no runes. The main part about it is that you'll be doing 40% more damage with Blood Bowl. You're going to put 1 in Dancing Rune Weapon. It summons a second rune weapon that fights on its own for 12 seconds, doing the same attacks as the Death Knight but for 50% reduced damage. The rune weapon also consists in defense of its master, granting an additional 20% parry chance while active. You're going to go to Unholy, again for PvE tanking in Heroics. You're going to put 3 in Virulence, increase the crit chance with your spells by 9%. You're going to put 2 in Epidemic, increase the duration of Blood, Plague, and Frost Fever by 8 seconds. That is important when you're diseaseless tanking, because the only disease that you're going to be putting on them is through Outbreak, or if you have, I have Death Grip and Icy Chains macroed, and it throws the Icy Chains on them, which gives them the debuff. And put 3 in Morbidity, increase the damage and healing of Death Coil by 15% and the Death and Decay by 30%. We're going to go on to Glyphs. Glyph of Rune Strike, increase the crit strike chance of Rune Strike by 10%. That is your main threat ability. Do not underestimate this glyph. You're going to put Glyph of Death Strike, increase your Death Strike's damage by 2% for every 5 runic power you currently have, up to a maximum of 40%. The runic power is not consumed by this effect. Bigger Death Strikes, bigger heals. Bigger heals, bigger mastery. Bigger absorption shield. Important glyph. If it's just important, do not underestimate this glyph. Glyph of Heart Strike, increases damage of your Heart Strike ability by 30%. Again, a very high threat ability, really the only one that you'll be using, and I'll discuss that in a later rotation video. It increases the damage by 30%. That do not underestimate this glyph. Glyph of Vampiric Blood, increases the bonus healing received by your Vampiric Blood is active by an additional 15%, but you will not get the health benefit from it. The idea behind this is to help out the healers as much as possible. I took it to help out the healers as much as possible. Do not underestimate this glyph. Dancing Rune Weapon, increases your threat regeneration by 50% while your Dancing Rune Weapon is active. If you don't take this glyph, you don't need to be tanking. That's all that there is to it. Glyph of Rune Tap. Your Rune Tap also heals your party for 5% of their maximum health. I took that to help out the healer's mana. There is really no other glyph that makes any sense, so don't underestimate this glyph. Glyph of Blood Tap. Your Blood Tap no longer causes damage to you. That is an important glyph, because when you use it, you don't want to cause damage to you, and when you use it to heal yourself using Rune Tap, you'll just be canceling out the Rune Tap because you're going to be causing damage to yourself. So that's probably not a good idea. Raise Ally, increases the health of your risen ally by 25% and its run speed by 15%. That's just a fun glyph. Glyph of Resilient Grip. When your Death Grip ability fails because its target is immune, its cooldown is reset. That concludes the talent and glyph section of the DK series. I appreciate you for watching this video. I ask that you subscribe, rate, and comment. And go check out worldofwarcraft.tgn.tv. They're awesome.